I get a lot of hip pain, and the sensation of loneliness.
I felt that outside.
Yes.
I read it right in there. I told my husband in the car, so I already know what it is.
Someone's very loyal, and if you pick up like an OD, then yeah, somebody.
I don't think it was intentional.
They were just lonely. So lonely. It's a very, and I get a lot of back and like hip pain. Male probably is what I'm kind of feeling. But there's other stuff here. I mean, because she's gifted, I think there's like, she just gets friends. She gets followers, groupies. But there's a guy that had a lot of pain, probably was maybe taking his meds and just took too many.
That's what I feel.
Because he was in that kind of pain type of deal, and he was lonely and in pain, and just took his meds and whoops.
I think they found him.
My bad type of deal.
Because the minute I walked up to the doorway, I was like, oh. Yeah. Okay. I could see him right there.
Kind of like maybe almost 60.
Yeah.
About an age, yeah. And he just kind
Dark hair.
he didn't feel good, and he was hurting and made a mistake, just a fatal mistake. Which is why he feels kind of lonely, and he's just kind of in here. But apartments are notorious for having lots of activity in and out of the walls, so she's gonna have more than that. But he's resident. He's hanging out, so he might actually talk, maybe.
I hear the name Peter.
Okay, well, we'll see if we get anything on the spirit box on that then. But yeah, there's somebody that's just lonely. I heard the word sister when I came in
I heard
here.
little girl.
Okay, so that coordinates little girl, and I hear sister. So this was like somebody's. This has probably had a lot of turnover. Somebody's sister lived in this room.
Maybe she was away at work when it happened.
Oh, that could be.
Or maybe she was in the process of moving here.
Yeah, sister was
Something,
I
yeah.
heard. Yeah, definitely a female energy for this particular room. And not near as lonely. A much better, like jovial, spunky energy.
Big time.
Probably still very much still living. This is an imprint of her energy that was here, but she's still alive.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That room next door was definitely his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a weird vibe that was in there. Just
My back, like this.
Right here. My K2 meter at the front.
Where were you standing?
Right there.
This is my K2 meter.
That hard too? You were in the kitchen or in the hall?
Right here by the mops.
talk about him. I felt a male energy back there.
Or recorded or something because you're already getting stuff.
Hello.
Yeah, and Wendy's
That is the TV
filming me
though.
as I wander about, but yeah, there's a male energy back there, and Debbie was picking up on like a accidental overdose type of thing, and I think he was in pain.
There's
and
an
made
alien
a
right here.
mistake. Yeah.
I feel one right there.
See if we get any readings. Well, the temperature dropped, of course, but that's open by the window. Nothing on the mail yet, which is good. Anybody home? My heart racing in here. Oh, racing heart. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to do anything to you except for let you be at peace and talk to you. That's all I want to do is talk to you and maybe help you move on if you're stuck. But we don't mean you any harm whatsoever, okay? I want you to be clear about that. I'm here to hurt you.
You getting any millimeter hits in there?
No, the mail's not spiking, but...
You are getting them in the door.
Can I use one of the K2s?
That's very
I
significant.
think he likes the slideshow.
Really?
Yeah,
That is very, very significant.
there's
that there would
definitely
be a
some
million.
stuff right up in here.
Is it?
There's, stuff,
Yeah.
there's somebody going back and forth up in through. They're just hanging out and wandering about back and forth. And then there's just some fella kind of chilling back
Well,
and
this
forth.
is an old
Halfway
place, so there's
stuffed
probably a
little
lot
bit,
of stuff that went on
But
around here.
you guys are really hitting, you're hitting some serious.
I know, man. I know Mandy had 2 following him. I didn't tell her that.
Oh, well,
Is
yeah.
that the other side?
Doesn't surprise me.
Whatever you want to be on the side, we'll put on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete? Can you show me the green light again?
She
Please?
getting some good action.
He answered me. His name is Pete. Pete.
Are you here?
Pete, can you come back? Can you give me the second green light again? Just let us know that you're here. I know that you probably aren't used to that. Thank you. Did you accidentally get sick in this bathroom and take too... Thank you. Am I standing right where you fell?
He's getting nervous. He's getting real nervous.
Right.
We're not gonna hurt you. I promise you, we're not gonna hurt you.
Do you understand that? Can you come back over here to this device and show us that you understand that?
I got super dizzy. Whew.
Now, the
There's
other
a lot.
ones-
There's a lot happening here. There's more than one entity in
I
this
know.
place.
I'm so glad you picked up on my roomies, but it's like, okay, I can tell you guys too. I haven't slept in my bed since more than a year.
Really?
And we'd really like to fix that for you. Get the energy light in there, but you need to give it some color and love in there to make it feel.
It was.
clean.
I just haven't slept in there.
Yeah.
Because what had happened, I had to call 911. My son and daughter had to come by. I was in the room, I was asleep, I got up, and it just felt like something reached to my head. I'm a big woman. And when I stood up out of the bed, but it felt like it actually reached in my head and my brain and just, bam, I'm flying across the room.
Jeez,
Oh,
now I
boy.
can see why.
That's the last time I slept in that room. I called my daughter because, you know, I could take 911. I said, something is really wrong. I didn't know if I was having a stroke. I didn't know what was going on, you know. But what had happened right before that is that sleep apnea, not sleep apnea, but sleep paralysis.
Oh.
Oh,
I
okay.
was calling my sister. Before I got out the bed, it took me a long time to get out because I couldn't move. But I could feel something, you know, the whole thing being held down and stuff. And when I finally got up like that, that's what happened. And so I haven't slept in that room since then.
For a year?
Yeah, it was in April. In April, it would have been a year.
Wow.
You know, because when I got to the hospital, nothing was wrong.
Huh.
But I kept telling him before I moved here, I said, he said, something's going on. I said, I keep smelling a dead body. And it was overwhelming. And so I'm thinking, who in the family's going to die now or whatever. And then one day we were sitting and talking. He said, Mom, you keep saying that, but he said, how do you know what a dead body smells like? And I'm trying to remember in my life, this is like been around all the time. So I never figured that one out, you know. And but anyway, right after I moved here, about a week or two after, you start getting the smell. You get more and more of a smell when you come in the door.
Ew.
This guy downstairs, he was an older gentleman, and when I would come downstairs and I would, you know, whatever, and he would be standing right there by the mailbox, and he'd just smile, you know. He never said anything. He looked foreign, you know, so I was thinking maybe it was a language thing. So he seemed not welcoming and not pushing me away, but just like they're like, you know, like I'm seeing who's coming in my building type deal. It turned out he had died.
Oh, boy.
He was in that first apartment downstairs,
Oh,
and he had
for
died,
Christ's sake.
and he had been down there about 2 weeks.
Ooh.
I mean, by the time that
Under
they,
you?
Pretty right.
but right by
Yeah.
the front door. If you come in that front door, you came in and make the right. That first apartment. Now a lot of guys did. So the building had to go through hazmat and the whole thing. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
The odor was horrible. And they said in the summertime, they said he had probably been down there about 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's the guy that I would see standing by the steps looking so, you know, I mean by the mailbox.
That's pleasant.
That is just
Yeah, just like, hey.
creepy, crazy, and cool all at the same
Yeah.
time.
I know,
you know?
isn't it? He was a very old gentleman, but he was, so the only thing that I'm concerned about, I mean, I get, if you look at my dishes, they all got chips. Sometimes at night, the tray just goes up and slam back down on the sink.
That's a common one.
Is that?
Yeah, that
You've heard
happens
of
in a
that?
lot of cases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They slay with the dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
Dish flinging.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just bam, you know.
Because it's
And-
something they can move.
Absolutely, and in the back, you know, I hear it's not necessarily a knock, but it's like somebody's bumping into something or something like that. That's what
Well, yeah,
it's
you're
like.
not
Yeah.
alone in here by any means.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you guys are
There
here.
is a,
Thing that could have been
Was
wrong.
it anything with medicine that could have been anything?
I think that's a separate guy. There's more, there's a young girl in there, there's a 60-year-old man in the bathroom, there's a guy that's standing over here, and there's about 3 people that just keep wandering over here.
Yeah, that's
And I don't know
right.
what to
That's
do
You
with
right.
got
it.
a lot of, you got like
You guys
5
are
orbs over
really
here.
validating this
And
work.
it's-
When I
it's-
told you my apartment was loaded.
It's
Loaded,
electric.
yeah.
It is electric. But there's like a trio of almost like angelic.
Can any of you
people right
guys
here.
come to the K2 just to let us know that you're here?
Oh, you can hear my.
Can anybody?
I got them on tape. I got. I
Give
got
us
one
a light.
on tape.
It's just a general impression. I can't articulate it other than the fact that somehow tonight the fact that I speak German is going to come into play.
That spirit, that
Okay.
button.
Yeah, and it's just maybe I'm just full of maybe I've been up since 4:30 a.m. So maybe I'm just full of hogwash too.
Mr. Jackie, that
But
spirit, I told you it's German.
yeah, something here knows that I speak German.
Let me find it real quick.
So that would
You'll
be.
hear it in the back.
I don't know. She had exactly. I don't have any, and so I'm not powerful enough to have
Ooh.
videos. And so,
Right there.
but
Can't make it out.
Say anything.
I'm gonna back out again.
What we call a Darth Vader.
I said, Lily, you know what? I said, I'm scared, but I'm going to let her know. I said, I'm not afraid of you. I said, I know who you are. I said, yeah, your minions can take my minions because I don't have any. I don't have any. I'm minion deficit. So I don't know. She had, exactly. I don't have any. And so I'm not powerful enough to have minions.
Ooh, there it was.
Is it a no or is it just a breath?
I think it might be a no.
I thought I'm feeling like it's a no.
It said something.
That's a no, yeah.
Is that you lighting the lights? Is that you that we caught? Can you give us a yellow? Did you touch my phone and make it jump forward?
Some of my clients, when they found out I was pouring,
Thank you. Can